Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. In the previous episode, we finally got past the waterfall, and that leads us to the Forbidden Area. Now, right off the bat, after these dryads, we're going to come across our first new enemy, which is the Mudman. I will get his soul, and we'll be back in just a moment. Alright, I've got the Mudman soul. This allows us to sling mud at enemies. Basically like a political campaign. But not quite as fun to watch. It'd be nice if I could hit him too. There we go. And there's our next new enemy, the Were-Jaguar. I will get his soul as well, and we'll be back with that in just a moment. Okay, I have the Were-Jaguar soul. This packs an extremely powerful straight punch. As opposed to gay punch, I guess. Kinda looks like the Hadoken. Hadoken! Anyway, he's also got a weapon drop I will collect. I'll get that. Okay, I've got the weapon drop from the Were-Jaguar. And that is the Mach Punch. It throws punches faster than the eye can see. It's basically an upgrade of the Cestus we got earlier in the game, but quite strong. However, its short range basically makes any kind of defense capabilities utterly necessary. And this is our next new enemy, the Gargoyle. I will get his soul and be back in a moment. Okay, I've got the Gargoyle soul. This grants us immunity to petrification. So on those vertical shafts in the clock tower, for instance, where the golden Medusa heads sit and turn you to stone the whole time, that would have been very useful. Sadly, we didn't have it at the time. Anyway, if we take a look at the map here, we're at the base of the study. Now, if you remember, there was a room that I didn't quite go through. It was the one with the ancient book number 1. And this is where it led to. And that was the reason why I didn't keep going left here, is because of that gate that I just opened. Now you know why. Slide kill for the win. Alright, and our next new enemy, the Allura Une. She takes a few hits, but she goes down really quick with the lightning doll attack too. I will get her soul and be right back with that. Okay, I've got the Allura Une soul. This allows us to restore health. Probably the most useful soul in the game, in my opinion. Because it restores health very rapidly, I'll show you. Not bad. Basically, it restores about 1% of your health very rapidly in succession. And although it doesn't sound like much, it stacks up very fast. And it works great for touch-ups, like right there, too. Now, up here you'll need the Skula soul in order to get down to this pirate ship's lower depths. And in fact, if you played the game Symphony of the Night, I believe there's a pirate ship in there. Or one of the Castlevania games. I know there's a pirate ship in one of them. I get them all mixed up. Now, it looks like we've hit a dead end here, but let's use the one soul I never really got to show off when I got it originally, which is Peeping Eye. It identifies breakable walls. That looks suspicious. Let's go destroy it. And there we go. So that's how that soul works. Now, beyond that is probably the most useful weapon in the entire game. Oh yes, finally I have it. The Claimh Solais. Oh yes. Take a look at those stats, folks. Attack, it's 70 higher than the Mistletoe. It's got an increase in defense, strength, constitution, intelligence. Only thing it doesn't boost is luck, but hey, I'm not complaining. And now wait until you see its attack range. Yeah, it's got as long of a reach as the Osfune sword that we got earlier. But it's basically twice as strong, so it's going to be the best weapon for the most part throughout the rest of the game. Although I'll use other weapons just to show them off too. Anyway, our next new enemy right here is the Cagnazo. I will get his soul and be back in just a moment with that. Alright, we now have the Cagnazo soul, which allows us to punch enemies. Boy, that's descriptive, as if we didn't just do that a little while ago. Oh well. It's more of a, as you can see, a guardian soul, kind of like the creaking skull and the big golem soul. But it's pretty weak, so I don't usually use it. Now off to the left here in this new area, we've got another new enemy, the Flame Demon. Oh, and what luck! Got his soul right on time. Flame Demon Soul. It burns enemies to a crisp with its ultra-hot flames. Burn, baby, burn. Anyway, let's take a look at that soul. Ooh, I'm just like Dracula now. How nice. One thing I didn't show you earlier, I should have, is that the Cagnazo actually drops uncursed potions. But they're of limited use, I suppose. Now, the Ancient Book 1, if you remember, it says the first spirit is a demon from Hellfire. Well, that looks like Hellfire. So we've identified one of the demons that we'll need for whatever puzzle that refers to. Anyway, moving on. And getting raped by mudmen in the meantime. And more rape. Go away, mudman. Ha! I saw you there. There we go. Now in this area, this treasure chest is actually a trap. It's full of rippers, so you want to get rid of all of those as soon as possible. More gargoyles. And then in the room off to the right here, ooh, a treasure. Let's go get it. Ooh, a trick. Wow, my luck's good today. 2 souls without even having to try. The Mimic Soul. This increases money as damage is incurred. So basically, whenever you get hit, depending on the damage you take, you gain money from it. We will be using that in just a moment. I'll show you what I mean by that. Actually, let's see, where's my map? There we go. There's the map button. You remember up in the clock tower, the lower of the 2 save points was right next to a pit of spikes? We'll be going there in a moment. Anyway, for now we've got the Joyeuse sword. If we take a look at that, it's a beautiful sword made from gold, but it's weaker than the current sword we have, so I won't use it. Now, the Flame Demon drops an item. I'll get that and be right back. Okay, I've got the Flame Demon's drop. It took forever. Look at my level. I gained up to 67, and let me show you my souls here. I actually got well over 30 of the soul from the Flame Demon. I maxed out at 9. I had over 30 souls before I finally got this freaking drop, which is the Leviatane. It's a sword made out of flame. It's fairly strong. It's not bad, I suppose. It's good for selling, if nothing else. Anyway, definitely not worth it because we'll get it as a drop later too, but I had to show you just to show you, I guess. And that was the Joyeuse sword that I forgot to show you earlier too. Now I'm going to meet you back up at the clock tower and show off the Mimic Soul. I'll be back with that in just a moment. Okay, we're up in the clock tower now in the, as you can see on the map there. Now, the trick is to use the Allure Une Soul to heal yourself. Make sure to equip the Mimic Soul in order to gain money when you take damage, and then just fall into the spikes and keep healing yourself. It's basically that easy. Now, if you look at the money, I just gained a little bit there. And gained a little bit more. So basically, you just sit here and kill yourself off until you're almost dead. Then you go back to the save point, heal up so it maxes out everything, and just keep doing that until you get as much money as you want. So I'm going to spend the rest of the time between this episode and the next maxing out my money as much as I need, and I'll see you on the next episode when we cash it all out at Hammer's store. Until then, bye!